Across history, there have been moments when a single power stretched its influence across continents, shaping millions of lives. These were the empires, forces whose ambitions and legacies have left an indelible mark on our world. Today, we embark on a journey through time, tracing the ascent and expanse of the greatest empires ever built. From humble beginnings, driven by vision and necessity, these empires rose to dominate lands far beyond their origins. Their rulers commanded armies, navigated oceans, and governed diverse peoples, creating intricate webs of power and culture, each left behind monuments, ideas, and scars, reminders of their era's complexities. Join me as we explore how ambition shaped the world. At its zenith, the British Empire was the largest in history, covering 35.5 million square kilometers and governing over 400 million people. The sun famously never set on its domains, which spanned every continent except Antarctica. The empire began with overseas possessions and trading posts established by England between the late 16th and early 18th centuries. Rapid growth was driven by exploration, colonization, and expanding trade. By the 19th century, Britain's naval supremacy and industrial strength allowed it to control vast territories worldwide. The legacy of the British Empire endures in legal systems, languages, and institutions across the globe. The Mongol Empire, forged by Genghis Khan in the 13th century, became the largest contiguous land empire ever known. Through brilliant military tactics, the Mongols conquered vast territories with remarkable speed, integrating diverse cultures under their rule. The Pax Mongolica brought stability across Eurasia, facilitating trade and the exchange of ideas along the Silk Road. Though their empire eventually fractured, the Mongols' legacy remains visible in Eurasian civilization. The Russian Empire emerged in the 18th century under Peter the Great, transforming from a regional power into a vast transcontinental empire. At its height, it stretched from Eastern Europe across Asia and into North America. The Tsars expanded relentlessly, consolidating power over diverse peoples and landscapes. The empire became a crucible of cultures, faiths, and ethnicities, all governed from St. Petersburg and Moscow. Its legacy is complex, marked by innovation and hardship, and still shapes Russia and its neighbors today. The Qing dynasty, China's last imperial dynasty, reigned from 1644 to 1912, commanding over 14.7 million square kilometers. Descended from the Manchu people, the Qing expanded their domain to include Mongolia, Tibet, Xinjiang, and Taiwan. The dynasty presided over stability and prosperity, but also faced internal rebellions and foreign invasions. The Qing's cultural and territorial legacy endures in Chinese identity and history. The Spanish Empire, one of the first global empires, reached its peak in the 18th century, covering nearly 13.7 million square kilometers. Beginning with Columbus's voyage in 1492, Spain established a vast dominion across the Americas, Asia, Africa, and Europe. Spanish wealth was built on silver and gold from the New World, while its culture and religion transformed societies from Mexico to the Philippines. Though the empire waned, its influence remains deeply embedded in the modern world. The Second French Colonial Empire, established after the loss of France's first, grew to over 13 million square kilometers at its peak in the early 20th century. French explorers and administrators established colonies in Africa, Southeast Asia, the Caribbean, and the Pacific. French language, law, and culture took root in many places, profoundly influencing art, education, and governance. Its legacy is complex, marked by cultural exchange and the scars of colonial rule. The Abbasid Caliphate, established in 750 CE, became the center of the Islamic Golden Age. At its height, it governed over 11 million square kilometers, stretching from North Africa to Central Asia. The Abbasids presided over an era of immense intellectual and cultural flourishing, with Baghdad as a vibrant heart of scholarship and innovation. Although the caliphate eventually fragmented, its contributions to civilization endure. The Umayyad Caliphate, one of the earliest Islamic empires, emerged in the 7th century CE and reached its peak under Caliph al-Walid I. At its greatest extent, it controlled approximately 11.1 million square kilometers, spanning from the Iberian Peninsula to the borders of India. The Umayyads oversaw achievements in architecture and governance, leaving a lasting legacy in the Middle East and beyond. The Yuan dynasty, founded by Kublai Khan in 1271, marked the culmination of Mongol conquests in China. At its zenith, the Yuan Empire controlled over 11 million square kilometers, uniting China under foreign rule for the first time. The dynasty presided over an era of cultural fusion and innovation in administration, transportation, and communication. Though their rule was brief, the Yuan's legacy endures in the connections between East and West. The Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great in the 6th century BCE, was the first true superpower of the ancient world. At its greatest extent, it governed approximately 8 million square kilometers, stretching from the Balkans and Egypt to the Indus Valley. The Achaemenids united diverse peoples under a single administration and built the famed Royal Road, fostering trade and integration. Their innovations in governance and culture echo throughout history. The world's greatest empires were more than just vast territories or mighty armies. They blended peoples, cultures, and ideas in ways that continue to shape our world. Their legacies are found in the words we speak, the laws we follow, and the traditions we honor. Each empire left behind a unique imprint, sometimes inspiring, sometimes tragic. Their stories remind us that the rise and fall of power is a natural part of the human journey. If you enjoyed this journey through history's greatest empires, share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to FactVerse for more documentaries and explorations. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring.